Great Saturday evening. I hope you're having a beautiful closing of this March 14th, 2020. To God be the glory for yet another weekend. And Timotheus is not feeling his best. His tummy is speaking to him. So I'm going to let him go first and then he can rest. So now, are you going to start with Proverbs 14 or 20, son?
14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So there's a lot of things that humans do naturally, and they think that they're right, but the whole purpose of what humans do for themselves is to like make them feel good and do it for them for their own good. And the only thing that produces is in the end is sorrow. Like, it may feel good at the time, but because I know it's very promoted to live your own life, or I don't know, just be independent, I guess. But you also are affecting other people's lives, so be mindful and be mindful.
Be mindful, because you're never living to yourself. You are affecting future generations as well as your present circumstances. So your choices and your decisions matter. Okay, excellent. And Proverbs 20, what spoke to me, I'll never forget when you said a few days ago, Mom, it's good that I'm home, because all that independence, and you broke it down for me. You're like, just picture a lot of teenagers, young people who have never been on their own, now on their own, congregated 24/7 pretty much. They have all this freedom and liberty, and they could do whatever they want and have no limits. And if you're not really ready for it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it could be disastrous. Well, the last few verses of chapter 20 spoke to me. And sometimes, I'm not spiritualizing a tummy ache, but the Lord searches our belly, our innermost being. And it says in Proverbs 20, verse 27, the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. He sees what's inside of us and searching all the inward parts of the belly. So it might be painful what's going on right now, but know that the Lord wants us to live upright, and he'll get all that stuff, that toxicity or whatever madness that we put inside of our being, because he wants us to be clear and pure for him. All right, what about for 20 for you?
7, the just man walketh in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. A lot of times marriages end because of an unfaithful spouse.
Yeah.
A lot of times an unfaithful male spouse. There are unfaithful females, but when the man in the home is unfaithful, then a lot of things fall apart, because you need the structure and the rock. A lot of times that depends on the man being in the home. So I want to make sure I'm there for my children. I don't want to risk that for a menage a trois,
right? Or even just double, or just foolishness by yourself, or with someone. None of that is worth it. And that's what we were just talking about in the last chapter. You never live to yourself. You live to the future generations, your great-great-grandchildren that you never will meet, right? So your decisions right now will determine the destiny for your family and the legacy that you leave. Okay, well, thank you, Timotheus. Pray for him that his tummy ache will dissipate and God will speak to him even in this time of rest. Good night.